Hello. How's it doing? We are joined today by a few people, but I think they're just sorting some stuff out, so they'll be with us soon enough. But I hope everyone is doing well. One day until game week 32. You know, it's an interesting game. We've got a double game week for Spurs and a blank game week for Palace because I know everyone really cares about all those Crystal Palace assets that we do all definitely have. But yeah, let me bring my team up and we can just start having a little gander at game week 32. So yeah, here we are. Here's the team looking ahead to game week 32. Let me say hello in the chat quickly. I mean, Daisy XOXO has said said they've got to go for dinner, so fair enough. This guy saying Bowen. Hype in from Henry Jones. Let's go, fella. Let's go. Kobe, how you doing, fella? Good to see you in here as always. And yeah, this is how the team's looking so far. And you know what? I'm not sure whether I'm going to get a full 11 out this week. I'll be brutally honest with you. You have a look at that team now, and you've got DS and Creswell, probably not going to play in that back line. Tierney, Neto, not going to play. Smith Rowe, whether he plays, I don't know, to be honest. So it's going to be a scrape. I do have one free transfer, and we'll come on to transfers in a short while. So I said, should I triple captain Kane this week? I think it's one of the safest triple captains so far this season. Probably likely to get you kind of the least upside because everyone's going to captain him. So you're basically just getting the upside. But then again, if Kane goes and gets 15, 20 points, you're still getting 15, 20 points more than everybody else. So I definitely don't mind triple captain Kane. If I had the triple captain, 100% I'd be triple captain in Kane right now. So yeah, that's basically what I have to say for that. If you've got the triple captain ship, then this is definitely a good time to do it. It's just the effective ownership of Kane this week. We could well see a 200%. But yeah, we shall see. Let me just see. Dave, are you with me? Can you hear me? Yeah, hello, fella. How we doing? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm good, fella. Again, getting all prepped and ready for game week 32. Good to see you here. I'm sure that Dave is our resident predictor. Loves a score prediction. So when we get onto that part, I'm sure we'll be loving that. This guy saying, should I go for Gundogan to Rashford for a -4, or do it next week for free? It doesn't look like Gundogan's going to play this week. Or probably won't play this week. If he does, he could do fine as always. The -4, I don't really like -4s, but Rashford against Burnley, it requires him to score or get an attacking return for this to come off. So if you've got someone who can play, I'm inclined to say no. But if it's in your gut, why the hell not? Do we have a Mr. Mafari with us, or is that you rustling around there, Dave? Oh, it looks as though I've been baited. I'm been baited. He's not here. What are you saying, Dave? Hello? Yeah. Oh, so you can't really. That's fair enough, man. So as I continue through the team, we've got Azpilicueta, Dallas at the back. Dallas putting out 17 points. I don't think he'll be seeing the bench this week. I'll probably bench Watkins, to be honest, at home to Man City. Not expecting him to play, but at the same time, I expect Watkins to play. I expect Smith Rowe to play. I don't expect Diaz or Creswell to play. So those two guys, they're not really gonna be in there, to be honest with you. Got a few more questions coming in. Kobe asking, sell Creswell or Alonso for Trent? I'd probably go with Alonso. Creswell is out for about 3 weeks, I think. And when he does come back, he's got a really nice back end of the season. You're probably going to want him for the last 3 games at least. So, yeah, I do reckon that it's Alonso for Trent for me. Creswell was injured. There's the answer. Fair enough. I brought in Rashford for KDB. Good choice. I think that's a completely fair enough choice. KDB is going to be rotated quite a bit. His general returns this season haven't actually been particularly great. So, yeah, I think that's a perfectly fine move. The only thing I'd say is if you don't have Son, definitely be looking to bring in Son. K-Next Son for this week is going to be unbelievable. Can you explain why you're playing Watkins against City instead of Smith Rowe? Yeah, basically, I think that both of them are going to play. So, no matter who I put there, Creswell's going to come off the bench and Smith Rowe's going to come on. So, to me, it doesn't really matter the order, but I don't know though, because Smith Rowe, we'll see whether he plays tonight. If he doesn't play tonight, I would be inclined to play him. But in terms of just general attacking returns throughout the season, Watkins has actually been a lot better, and he's got 2 goals, 2 games, so I think he's actually a pretty good option for this week. And if Manchester City don't play Diaz, they showed that they're actually quite vulnerable at the back, so definitely don't mind that. Rashford might play on the right again versus Burnley. Pogba on the left, then he's left side to get returns. Yeah, for sure. When Pogba plays, it seems as though Pogba kind of limits the returns that Bruno and Rashford both get, just because he has more of an influence over the game. And so he's the one kind of pulling the strings a bit more, and those two are almost getting the kind of the pass to assist, if you get me. But yeah, I think that Rashford's still a decent option for the coming game weeks. Dave, are you still here? Are you all good? All good, all good, all good. Right, so I will bring us onto your team, guys. Keep the comments coming in. Always good to get that discussion ahead of Game Week 32. So I'm transition into your team here, Dave. And just walk me through it. What's happening? What's going on?
I've been holding off for a long time, but I've just given in now. The last couple of weeks just been silly. So.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Was that just the one free transfer? Just chilling?
No, I think I bought someone else in as well, actually. Callum Robinson as well, because why not? Got to get a West Brom in there while they're doing well. You know what I mean?
But he's on the bench. You're bringing him in for the bench.
I know. But who else am I going to play, mate? That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? Everyone else is looking good.
Yeah.
Maybe Bamford, but Liverpool are a bit stinky still, aren't they? So.
Yeah, exactly. For sure, man. So, with Robinson, was that a free transfer?
No, it actually wasn't. But
you minused him in.
I just had to.
You just has to do it.
I had to do it to afford. I had to afford Lingard, so I just thought, I'll get the man in. He's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Is there going to be any plans to kind of play him or?
I think so. They've got a couple of good fixtures, haven't they? What's West Brom's fixtures
coming up?
They've got a couple.
Not looking too shabby. Not looking too shabby. I see you got the captaincy on Kane.
They've got Villa and Wolves.
Yeah,
I thought Villa and Wolves are two goal-filled games for West Brom. So
could well be. I mean, they're starting to give themselves a bit of hope as well, being a part Baggies fan.
Exactly. Wolves and Villa, both derby games. I feel like they'll be both derby games. So.
Yeah, that's true. Those will be massive games for both sides generally. So yeah, it'll be a big one. I see you got the main man Jota in there. Skies comes in the question: do you consider Jota and Iheanacho? I definitely would like them in my team, especially considering Jota didn't actually start in the Champions League, so very likely to start in this game against Leeds. I'd love to have him in my team. Just can't do it. I can afford it, but with my team, I've got so many injuries, and yeah, I want Trent in. I could go Jota or Trent. I just think for me, Trent more likely to play week in, week out. And yeah, just generally, I want Trent, to be honest with you. Captaincy on Kane, vice on Son. Pretty simple procedure there, Dave. Pretty standard procedure, as it were.
Yeah, just got to be done. Double fixtures. Why not?
Got to be done.
Kane's Mr. Reliable.
No, the hell not. Exactly, man. But yeah, looking pretty decent. Guy says he likes the dunk pick. Thoughts on dunk?
Likes the dunk. I mean, I'll be honest. Dunk, I don't know. He was full of goals a while ago, but he's kind of dried up recently. But I don't know. Hopefully, got a couple more coming. The guy's got so many goals this season. He's got 4 goals this season. Not bad for a defender. So yeah.
Definitely doing all right. Brighton's defence weirdly shaky, but not shaky this season. Good expected goals against in terms of they shouldn't be conceding goals, but they've always just seemed to kind of slip them in. A player that I'm really jealous of is Big Luke Shaw. I think he could pull in a bit of a madness this week.
I had him for ages.
If he plays.
Oh, is he not going to?
Well, they've got a game tonight, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember because the games are all kind of dotted across next week. So if there's a decent gap in between the Europa League and the Premier League game next week, then I think it'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, I think this guy comes in, he will play. So yeah, I think Luke Shaw's definitely one that I would like to get my hands on personally.
Yeah. If not the end of the world, but yeah. No, he's definitely a good one to have in. I've had him for ages, and he's always been still reliable, doing some good stuff. Yeah. What do you think about the goalkeeper, by the way? Which goalkeeper do I play?
So you've got Martinez against City and Johnson against what, Leicester?
Leicester, yeah. Is it a no-brainer or I can't decide.
Yeah, the thing with Martinez is like, apparently Shaw can't play tonight. The thing with Martinez is he can always rack up the save points. I don't think he's not going to concede, but he can always get enough save points and bonus points from that to get a clean sheet. So I think that's your dilemma. But Johnson, to be fair to him, does get save points as well.
Yeah, Johnson loves the saves as well.
And he whipped out a penalty save last week as well against Ward Prowse.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
On that kind of form. And then City, aren't they? City are going to score a couple against Villa, aren't they? So
you'd think, especially.
Whereas
I was saying, especially with although they've been keeping clean sheets, Villa, their expected goals conceded is actually quite high. So they're defensively been quite flimsy. I think they've just been getting bailed out by Martinez, and just a few lucky kind of like refereeing decisions as well. So
right, okay.
I think Johnson's the one I'd personally go for. Like, I've got Martinez on my bench, so yeah, that's kind of my plan. Martinez definitely not playing against City. I'm glad I don't know, because it's the possibility that Martinez could absolutely haul in these games. That's the thing. When you have a goalkeeper, if they do end up keeping a clean sheet, he's going to be 3 bonus points, all the save points in the world.
Yeah. The other thing on my team as well this week, got rid of Rafinha. That one hurt, you know. He's been with me for a while.
Yeah.
The Leeds man doing bits, but there's just so many good midfielders at the moment. I had to make room. I had to get Lingard in.
Yeah, man. There are so the thing is, the back end of the season, Rafinha looks good, but I think he's also picked up an injury as well. He's got like a 75% on the FPL app, even though you never really can trust the FPL app for injuries.
Yeah. He's got.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring him in right at the end of the season again because it was good fixtures.
Could do, but I think Rafinha to Lingard is definitely a good move. And I do believe that someone else has joined us. So hello, Mr. Aaron.
Hello.
He's here. He is here. How you doing, fella?
Not bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm decent, man. Mayor with the AirPods, eh? Mayor with the AirPods.
Yeah, I had them there. So I've managed to reset them and I'm back.
Good shit, man. I'm talking to Jesse Lingard. Let's get diving into your team. So
yeah, I bought in Lingard this week.
Mm-hmm. Same as Dave. Standard procedure. And I'm going to say, could you follow in Dave's footsteps and take a -4?
Tempted. I was looking at my defence right now and looking at it, to be honest, I don't think probably 3 of them might not play. Creswell's not going to play by the sound of it. I looked at the City fixtures and it doesn't look like any of the City players are going to play until like game week 36 or 35.
Yeah.
And then Alonso is obviously a bit of a worry as well. So issues at the moment. Issues.
Yeah, for sure, man. There are plenty of issues. I was looking at my team. I was thinking, look at all these injuries, and then you go across to everyone's team, and it's like, it's injury galore. It's like it's rotation galore. It's everything really. It's in Ishan's hands to run away with this. But
it is.
Yeah, this guy's saying, Dave, that you have no Iheanacho and you're going for Johnston. That's a massive bet against the template. How do you feel about that?
Well, West Brom are elite, aren't they? So.
West Brom are elite. That's all we need to hear. That's all we need to hear. Dylan, how you doing, fella? Let us know what your transfers are. Good to see you. Penguin, how you doing, mate? Yes, I've had a trim. Oh my god, it's been a long time coming. Like, my word, my Barnet was an absolute state. It was a state. But yeah, I'm buzzing to have a fresh trim. And hopefully be heading out to the pubs this weekend. Hoorah. But yeah, so you got Creswell injured, Alonso rotation, as you say. DCL should pick up an injury. Rafinha's also picked up. Do you know any news on
he's basically working to get fit for the Liverpool game, but he basically didn't say whether or not he's going to be fit for the Liverpool game. I think
Right.
it's just see on the day kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, it's a weird one, but would you so 1, 2, 3, 4, so you made the Lingard transfer, so you could be with if Rafinha doesn't play, Creswell isn't going to play, DCL isn't going to play, and Alonso gets rotated. Does that mean you're short of a man?
Go in with 10, 10 players, I think.
10 players. One of those is
Not
Martinez
ideal,
against
really.
Manchester City.
Not ideal. Exactly.
But you do have Salah
I
and
can't
Jota.
believe. Yeah. I can't believe you still got Alonso as that guy got you, and you've still got him in your team. I know. There's always someone else that's worse at my team that needs to go.
Yeah.
Always.
I think it's always the potential. Gone.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. When he plays, he just looks so good as well that it's hard to say goodbye to him, especially when he's missed the last. I think Chilwell's played 3 games in a week now. So
Yeah.
surely Chilwell plays this weekend
That's the
in the FA Cup, and then surely Alonso gets the Brighton game.
It's all the build up, isn't it? It's all like, oh, but if he plays, he could absolutely smash it because he looks so dangerous when he does play.
Exactly. That's the issue.
What did DCL do? Was it a hammy? Was it like?
I'm not sure. It just came out of the blue. Like, I was fully expecting to play it against Brighton on Monday. I was going to watch the game. I had 2 players.
I was
but
proper
I
shocked.
saw he was out. Yeah, it came out of the blue. Nightmare.
Nah, man. Yeah, you just see Richarlison by himself up front. You're thinking, hold on a second, what's going on here?
Yeah, that game had 0-0 written all over it.
Yeah.
Once the lineups came out.
Yeah. Big old donkey boy picking up the clean sheet, sorting you out. All right.
Yeah, I think I'd hoping for that again this weekend.
Yeah, big old donkey boy coming through. Yeah, I mean, have I told you my transfer or my plans? Surely. I'll rotate back onto my team. There's my team. Here it is. Whoop. There's my team. So my move this week, both you boys, is probably going to be Tierney to Trent. That's what I'm thinking of doing. It's what I want to do. Yeah, that's why I was saying to you, I kind of hope that Liverpool got knocked out of the Champions League because it makes especially their defenders, like much better options, I think. Because now Trent and Robertson are going to play like week in, week out for the end of the season. Whereas had they stayed in the Champions League, I reckon there'd been probably a little bit of rotation there.
Yeah, I agree. The fixtures as well look very nice.
They look tight.
Very, very nice.
And I'm planning on very quickly moving from a single in Game Week 32 to a double Liverpool in Game Week 33. Which should be pretty tasty. It's gonna be a little different. I think you're not going to enjoy watching Liverpool anymore with the two players that I bring in.
As long as they're the same as mine, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I mean they will actually be both different to yours if that gives it away at all. I may as well just say it. I'm gonna bring in Trent and Robbo are gonna come in, boss man.
Ooh, I like that. I was tempted. Yeah, I was tempted by as well to like bin Jota and maybe get Trent in.
Both
Phillips double up.
Both Trent and Robbo are coming in, so
that's so much money though for defenders. 2 of them. I mean, just one of them's bad enough. Like 7 mil plus.
Yeah, but I've currently got like 4 mil in the bank, so I need to spend it somewhere. And either because you can't. I wouldn't say unless you go Salah in the midfield in terms of premium. There are no other premium assets. Maybe Vardy that like I really like the look of. I feel like there's a lot of cheap players at the minute that are smashing it. Like, Lingard smashing it, Iheanacho smashing it. You don't actually need that much money, like up front and in midfield, apart from, Bruno or Salah, probably Son and Kane. That's about it. So, yeah, I think Robbo and Trent coming in, but it does mean I have to sacrifice on no Salah, which is unfortunate. Having Salah not for... the thing is, though, I don't think I'd captain Salah for the rest of the season if I brought him in. Would you captain? But like when you've got Kane, surely.
It's true, but then some of Kane's, I guess, yeah. But what about the blank where Kane blanks? Is it next game week? I think we have Newcastle at home.
Yeah,
be a nice.
yeah. That's the only blank.
Yes.
But then I guess Bruno's got Leeds, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, very true. So it's not the end of the world, actually.
And then after that,
Yeah,
34,
I think that's fair.
Kane's got Sheffield, then Leeds, then Wolves, then Villa. So it's like all captainable
That is
games.
true. That is true.
So
Yeah.
it'll be quite a sideways move, especially considering Bruno doesn't have, the worst of fixtures. Not the best, but they're mediocre.
Are you not bringing in Jota then?
Doesn't look like it, no.
Oh, it's crazy though. He's cheaper than both of the defenders, and
Yeah.
he's a striker which plays in midfield.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's because of my plans for Game Week 35. That's staying under wraps, fella. That's staying under wraps. Because if I bring
okay, son.
if I bring in a midfielder now for Neto, which is the place that would go, I then have to swap it out come Game Week 35. So if that gives away the position. This guy's Dylan coming in that I'm doing KDB to Son, but then stuck with McCarthy to Lloris or Creswell to Trent or Vardy to Iheanacho if I want Salah in the future, or Rafinha to Greenwood. Rafinha to Greenwood, that's probably a straight on no for me. I just think that you don't really know whether Greenwood's going to play week in, week out. A lot of high risk of rotation, so I'd probably say no on that. Vardy to Iheanacho seems a little bit sidewaysy, even though I get what you're saying, if you want Salah. But if you want Salah in the future, maybe just then make that move when it comes, rather than kind of planning that now. And then I think the main moves there that you've got McCarthy to Lloris or Creswell to Trent. I would take those as kind of the two main ones. What do you guys think on that? What would you rather do? A McCarthy to Lloris because Lloris has a double game week, and then Lloris, not bad for the rest of the season, or Creswell in for Trent, who's definitely got that whole potential for the rest of the season. Mr. Dave, what do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I've just been talking down about Trent, but I think I'd actually go Trent there. Because I think he's Trent Alexander-Arnold, isn't he?
It's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
It's a tough one, actually. I'd say if you've got goalkeeper cover for next game week,
That's a big
when
shout.
Lloris blanks,
Mm-hmm.
then Lloris could be a nice little shout, actually, for the rest of the season.
He does have decent fixtures, but then Spurs have been a real letdown in terms of keeping clean sheets.
That is true. That is true.
But
the defense is a bit shaky. I think they keep changing the defense to the back
Yeah.
four now as well, every game. So we're not helping their assured four.
yeah, I
which is
guess
always useful for a
that's the
defence,
thing.
so.
It's you need to know who's going to play when you're up for FPL. You don't know who's going to play in that. But to be fair to Lloris, I think he's the 5th highest scoring goalkeeper this season. So definitely not a bad option.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you say, if you have the coverage for game week 32, then hopping on this double game week, and then his fixtures look absolutely wonderful until the rest of the season. So yeah, I think that's very, very nice. He said, yeah, you've got Martinez. I think if you've got Martinez, I think I'd go for Lloris. Just because Martinez has got pretty stinky, he's got pretty poor fixtures for the rest of the season. After game week 33, he's really only got 2 playable games against Everton and Palace. Other than that, he plays against Man United, Spurs, and Chelsea. And I guess Martinez has a double game week in game week 35, so maybe hold him on for that. But yeah, McCarthy to Lloris, I definitely do not mind that at all. This guy says that I should do Tierney to Trent and Neto to Jota. What do you think, boys? -4 this week. Tierney to Trent and then Jota to Neto, or Neto to Jota. I really don't want to.
Strong moves, but
that is some strong moves, especially.
I'd probably make them moves. I think.
Tough considering you know how badly I don't want to take a -4. I'm trying so hard.
It's a -4, but it could sometimes -4 is so useful to gain. So if Jota does well this week, then you've gained.
But the thing is,
nicely.
No
way, Dave's doing it.
Your starting team is fine, so
yeah,
just risk it.
That's what I think. I think I've got the team that realistically is going to play for me is Trent, Azpilicueta, Dallas, and Diaz. And then if Diaz doesn't play, Smith Rowe comes in. In the midfield, you've got Lingard, Fernandes, Son, and then Watkins, Kane, Bamford. So Watkins, meh. probably not the best against City. Bamford against Liverpool, I mean, to be fair, I've got the Trent, so if Trent keeps a clean sheet, I'm not bothered either way. That's a 0-0 game. That's wonderful. Yeah, the -4, it's something I'll debate. But then Smith Rowe could absolutely pop against Fulham. You never know if he plays, that is, if he plays. Yeah, Neto is out to November. I know, man. That was very frustrating to bring him in. Literally, like as my free transfer last week, I was like absolutely buzzing. Like, look at Wolves' fixtures, man. They play against Sheffield this week, man. Come on, man. This guy says he's going without Bruno for Leeds and Burnley. Is it too risky? Yeah. Az, what do you think? No Bruno. I think you're going
Same,
without.
mate. I'm doing the exact same. Just gotta cross our fingers and hope that he does nothing.
I guess the thing is, leads on to our next question. If you've got Salah instead of him, maybe it isn't too much of a risk because they could just cancel each other out. And this guy asked, will Salah play this weekend?
He is due a rest for sure.
Mm.
We're gunning for top 4 at the moment, so I don't think it'll come. I think he'll just play every game now.
Yeah, Salah to play every game does make him a
He's our
captaincy
best
option
player.
for sure. And I think I'm going to be jealous of not owning Salah for the rest of the season. One that I would like to own, probably rather own him than Bruno at this point. But at the same time, you know, Bruno probably will end up being the highest scoring FPL asset this year. So I'll take it.
It's not a bad one to have.
Go on.
Can I ask you a question?
You can pose it.
There's no talk about De Bruyne. Is that because of the risk of rotation?
Risk of rotation, I think just because as well, he hasn't been getting too many attacking returns this year. Like,
You think?
in the games he's played, he's not actually been doing like really well. He almost gets like pass to assists and stuff. And Man City this season haven't been scoring as many goals as they have in previous seasons. And I just think with the players you've got around there, Fernandes, Salah, or even Son,
That's true.
like, yeah, you just got to be spending the money elsewhere. And obviously with the rotation as well, can't be spending 11 million or plus on a player that's just not going to play, and especially if you're going to captain him.
Yeah. It's 12 mil actually now, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know what to take him
12
out for though. Who would I get in instead? That's the question.
Have you got Bruno, Salah?
I don't have Salah too, but that's a good point. Yeah, Salah's got to come in, hasn't he, actually?
It's an easy move for me, that is.
That's
That
the
is.
one next to
I'd even hit for that
Do
this week.
you have Sonny Boy?
Yeah, I've got Son, Fernandes, Jota and Lingard as my others.
Oh, mate, if you can
I
get...
guess it's got to be Salah, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't know... Wait, no Bruno?
I've got Bruno, yeah.
Oh, so Bruno, Salah and Kane, that's a deadly combo, that. I wish I could have those three.
What, do you reckon I'm -4 for that then this week? Even though I've already -4.
What for?
Yeah,
for
I would. But why not just wait? Because De Bruyne is playing Villa. Like, surely he's going to do a bit against that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he'll start against Villa.
I don't know whether he'll play, but like, who else have you got who can play? Like, who would come in for De Bruyne if he didn't play?
If he doesn't play, man like Callum Robinson. Although if you said Shaw's not starting, I don't know if Shaw's the defender. Okay, so yeah, with Callum Robinson will come in.
Yeah, no. Apparently Shaw isn't playing tonight anyway, so I think Shaw will play. I wouldn't do that, to be honest. Callum Robinson has the chance of going and doing something, and as you say, yeah. I think I'd personally wait, hold off. You've already -4, which you probably, you know, it was just to get Jay Lings in, wasn't it? Just
just to mind Jay Lings.
Just
no,
for the
yeah, but
Jay
next week I
Lings.
think that's an easy move to fair.
Mm-hmm.
Sad to see him go like De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Best player in the league, I think. But,
Yeah, he is. I completely agree. Best player in the league. He just hasn't done it in terms of FPL this season. This guy comes in. Play Dallas, Rafinha or Wood this week. Now, I've obviously got a lovely bit of Dallas bias because of like the absolute beautiful. It was just a stunning performance from him against Manchester City to pick up that 17-pointer. Just buzzing. Dallas, Rafinha or Wood. I don't think Rafinha's going to play, so it's between Dallas and Wood. Now I'd lean towards the attacker. Wood plays against Manchester United. So what do you boys think? Dallas or Wood? I'd probably still lean towards Wood. But Dallas does have like a massive haul potential and does play up front when Bamford doesn't play up front. So you never know.
I'd go Dallas.
Dallas, what do you think, Az?
I'd go Wood.
Would play the attacker.
But then again, I've never owned Dallas this season, so I think I'm just a bit jealous. I just want to.
Wood on pens as well. Dallas has a really good back end of the season as well. Like a really good back end. Bowling for Gundo, or take a -4 for Gundo, out for Lingard, and then for Fana to Dean. So I'm assuming you can't afford Lingard without going kind of Dean to Fafana. I like the Bowen move, to be honest. I think he's a good differential. I was looking at him myself this week. There is a rotation risk. I think at the minute with Antonio out, he does play week in, week out. When Antonio comes out, probably gets benched. But for this week, yeah, as you say, I think Lingard is the one. But if you can't do it without a -4, I think Bowen would probably be the one for me. Havertz is a great shout, but Chelsea players will continue to rotate. Yeah, the thing is, when I watch Havertz, like, he still bottled so many chances. Like, he got himself in some really, really good positions. And just bottled a lot of the chances. So I'd probably be avoiding Havertz for now. I think he just played against a real fucking shite Crystal Palace defence, basically. Yeah, that's basically why he grabbed the goals. If Jayling stays at West Ham, what do you think his price will be next season, and what price would you be willing to buy for him? I think Jesse Lingard is he'd be like a standard like 7.5 at 8 million. I don't think he'd go above that. I think at 7.5 million, he'd be the player that you'd kind of like, I don't know, maybe like a bit like a James Maddison, where you'll have him for periods when he's like smashing it, or for periods where he has like really good fixtures, but then he's definitely not someone who you play week in, week out, whereas right now, he is someone who you're just going to play like through whatever the fixture, because of the price and how he is playing. What about you boys? What do you think Jesse Lingard price next season? And what would you be willing to pay for him?
Tough one, isn't it? It probably depends how he finishes the season, and also how he does at the Euros if he goes.
Yeah, that's true. Euros could be a massive factor as to like the pricing. Could add an extra 0.5 in there. You never know. I can't see him being priced over 8 million though. Especially like they'll price him at 8 million, and then if he doesn't get to the move to West Ham, he's basically just redundant. Because I don't think he'll really play much at Manchester United anyway, or he'll get rotated a lot anyway if he does stay there. Should I triple captain Kane? Go with your gut fella. Obviously, a lot of people will be captain Kane this week, so not loads to gain. But if you do triple captain him, then you still do gain on those people. So I do think it's a good up. Like, if I had the triple captain, I'd be playing it on Kane right now. Triple captains have been a bit meh this season, to be honest. Once again, will I ever get over the triple captaincy woes? We'll wait until next season. I haven't had Bruno or Salah since game week 26. Fair enough, man. I mean, they haven't exactly been doing great since then. So, yeah, I'm sure you're doing alright. This guy comes in with the full caps for you, Dave, saying you've never owned Dallas this season. You're actually inhuman. Jesus. What do you think about that, Dave?
That's horrible. It's really horrible.
My man,
I don't know. I just kept seeing him as like, I don't know, like an informed player, which would then just dip, and he's one of those ones that just keeps coming back. I'm really bad for that. I never jump on the hype.
Never jump on the hype. It. Got to do that. That's
Lingard.
Something I've had to get over as well. I've had to take my bias aside. As soon as you think, this player's shit, and then they keep on doing well, and they keep on doing well. You just got to bite.
All the West Ham players have been like that for me this season. Lingard, Creswell, Souček, all you guys are like loving it. And every single day comes like, nah.
Souček gave me sleepless nights, I'll tell you that.
It's Creswell was the most annoying for me. He just kept getting so many points.
Mate, it's always against Palace. It's always against Palace as well. It pissed me off. Souček got a brace. Stones get a brace against fucking Palace, man. Ugh, the absolute abomination. But yeah, we move. Will Creswell play against Newcastle? Probably not, from what we're hearing. Looks like he's due to be out 3 weeks. But no harm in starting him. That's the thing. May as well start him if he doesn't play. Player on your bench will just come on for him. So, yeah, pretty chill. Has mindset, yeah. If Haaland went to Leeds for some reason, would they get a Europe spot? I mean, if Haaland went to Palace, they get a Europe spot. If Haaland went to Cardiff City, they'd find a way of getting into the Champions League. Wow. We have I think I'm gonna give you a. This guy's absolutely spamming in the chat. If that continues, I'll just put a quick timeout because we have actually, we've been over the triple captain Kane a few times. So just take a look back in the stream if you didn't hear that. Yeah, boys, we've been going for about half an hour or just over half an hour. So I think it's time for us to move into the fixtures. But I will bring up the the fixtures in a second because I haven't actually got them up yet. But yeah, my game. Did I say my game week 35 plans? Did I tell you what I was going to do?
Oh, no, you didn't reveal them.
I didn't reveal them in the end.
You wanted to keep them a secret.
Oh, do I keep it under wraps? I feel like it'll become very obvious when I certain thing. Do you know what's happening in game week 35?
It's meant to be a few doubles, but I don't know who exactly is going to double. To be honest,
have a guess who's going to double. There's a team that's the blanks this week that might potentially have a double this week in game week 35.
I do remember you talking about this actually.
Have a little.
Palace. I guess Palace are going to double, aren't they?
Palace are going to double. Palace are
one of the teams, Sheffield United.
Definitely going to. And one of the teams is Sheffield United, and the other team is Southampton.
Oh, that's quite nice.
So yes, I think that starts to bring together what I may be planning for that game week. A certain Wilfred Zaha might be making an appearance. A Christian Benteke could always see an appearance. You never know. I could bring in the Christian Benteke, but I think for the double game week, my plan is to bring in Wilf and
that's not possible.
And captain him. To be honest, that would be the plan for that game week. Because why the hell not?
No way Christian Benteke ever enters your team ever.
Mate, I've done it in previous seasons. You never know, mate.
You spent the whole season complaining about the
man. Nah, man. I probably won't. The plan would probably be Sahara and probably if I can get Patty V in there, I'd love to, man. You know what he's like at the end of the season. He's a relegate. We play against Sheffield as well. If that's the game they get relegated, 100% he scores. Like the confirmation of the relegation. I mean, surely that happens soon anyway. Surely the confirmation of Sheffield's relegation's got to be right around the corner. So I think it's still mathematically possible that they stay up, but obviously that's not going to happen. Let's be real with ourselves. But yeah, game week 35, big man Wilf Zaha. Roden to come back from -4 hours. What we saying?
If you're going for Quebec, I'd just go for Phillips. He's like a whole milli cheaper. But he's going to play every game.
From -4 though?
Go for Nat Phillips.
Really? For a player that's got a ceiling of 6 points?
Yeah, I wouldn't for -4. Maybe next week.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you've got someone who can play instead. And you never know, Roden might actually play. And Roden's got a double game week as well, so he probably will play one of those fixtures. And in either one of those fixtures, he could get a clean sheet. So, yeah, I think stick with the boy Rodon. Probably play him, to be honest. Right, I've got the fixtures up. Let me transition those over. Man, unfortunately, Palace don't play this week, so that's very upsetting for everybody. I'm sure everyone is absolutely gutted about that. And yeah, there are actually 20 people in here, so don't forget to hit that like button on the stream, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you are new around here. Support has been really, really good for this season. Hoping to try and get to 1K by the end of the season. Hopefully, maybe. Not too far off. About 160 off, around about there. So spread the word. Let's get that final push on to the end of the season. Oh no, Palace. Palace is such a trap. Oh dear. Not Boomtech. Nah, Benteke, I think, as Dave said, the amount of complaining I've done about Benteke this season, very unlikely that the geezer comes into my team. FPL Jabs is the GOAT. Big man. So John, no worries for we'll have to beat on Palace, Everton as well. So Benteke in, Zaha in. Yeah, I think Zaha in could be good. Rafinha play doesn't look like it, but it's touch and go. touch and go. Right, first fixture, boys. Everton versus Spurs. Spurs on the double game week. It's kicking us off. Do we see Harry Kane or Son getting on the score sheet? I'm going to kick this one over. As I've bigged him up earlier, we're going to go straight to Dave. How you doing, fella?
How am I doing? Yeah, I'm great, thanks.
Lovely.
I think this is a 1-1 game. Two dead teams.
Two dead teams.
Not much happening, I don't reckon.
Mid-table.
Hopefully we'll get a goal for Kane, then that'll do. I'll be happy with that.
Nothing for
So,
Son?
Yeah, 1-1. He'll get the assist, maybe.
Kane next Son. Yeah, that'll do. What do you think, Az?
Go for a 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. Nab it. Yeah, I can see Everton scoring, although if DCL is out, they've shown lacking a bit of creativity without him there, but Richarlison has been scoring. So I think I agree with you, Dave, that it's going to be a draw. But I'm going to bump you up one, and I'm going to go 2-2. Let's have a few goals. Let's have a Friday evening. It's an exciting game. Let's hope for that anyway. But yeah, by the way, all this jab say it's my initials. I feel like it's very, very incriminating for me to give away my full name. What do you think, boys?
No, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Build up to it.
Go build up. Yeah, big name reveal. Big name reveal. But I always find it funny sort of hearing people's attempts at pronouncing it because I don't really know how it's. I mean, I could stamp down a copyright and this is how you say Jabtor, Jibator, or JBT, however you want to say it. Yeah, do whatever you want. Easy 0-0, 2-0 Spurs, 2-0 Spurs, 3-2 to Spurs. I think a lot of people going with the Spurs dub here. Maybe a bit of bias for Kane X on there. If Newcastle win versus West Ham and Sheffield lose versus Wolves, then they are relegated. Could happen this weekend. So Sheffield United to be relegated this weekend. So Van Aanholt doesn't look like he'll get his goal against Sheffield United unless Southampton end up getting in a relegation scrap themselves. I don't play. Yeah, no worries. 10,000. Is that 10,000 nil? 1,000. 10,000 nil to Spurs. Lloris to save trillions of pens. Right, yeah. We're breaking some records there, I'm sure. Moving on to the next fixture. Newcastle versus West Ham. Will we see Jesse Lingard get a quadruple or 4 back-to-back double-digit hauls? Could potentially be the first time I don't know if the three in a row is the first time it's ever been done, but 4 in a row, could it be the first time it's ever been done? I'm gonna go straight to Az for that one.
I think he will. I think he will. He'll definitely get a return. I think.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be quite a close game. I think it'll be 2-2.
Relegation. A close in terms. Yeah, a close but high scoring game.
Yeah. Both defenses are a bit shaky at the moment.
Yeah.
Newcastle going forward actually look quite good.
I was actually saying in one of my essentials videos that I put Soufal as like an avoid for this week. Not in terms of if you have him, I'd play him. But I wouldn't be bringing in a West Ham defender for this game because I think Newcastle have been scoring goals. Wilson's back. They're kind of still very much in a scrap for the relegation battle, so I can see them scoring. But to be fair to Soufal, after we all got rid of Creswell, or got rid of Soufal a bit before, and then brought in Creswell, Soufal's now the one picking up the assist. So just it's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Yeah, 1-1. I think 1-1's what I'd go for. This guy saying Paolo saying 1-1 Newcastle West Ham. Bit of a lower scoring, but I think a similar kind of result. Maybe 2-1 to West Ham as they're really pushing for that Champions League spot. But yeah, with no Declan Rice or Creswell, I think they will concede. Dave, what do you think?
I agree. There's definitely goals in it, but I think I'll go for 3-2 West Ham. I think they'll steal it. Lingard, 90th minute squealer, top bins. That's how it's going down.
3-0 to West Ham. Bone with a brace in Lingard with an overhead kick. That's a massive prediction there. Palace double against Sheffield United and Southampton there, Jonathan. And then we move on to Wolves versus Sheffield. Unfortunately for me, Neto doesn't play in this game. So fuck Wolves. Let's go for a 3-0 to Sheffield United. They're staying up. They're on a final surge to get out of the relegation. Let's have it. Sheffield United beat Wolves. What do you think? Am I chatting shit? Most probably. Dave.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is the kind of game where Sheffield make their big last season, end of the season sort of push. Obviously, won't save them, but you know what I mean. They're playing without the fear, and they're just bang a few goals in. I agree.
For sure.
3-0.
Apparently,
3-0.
sorry, my mic has just absolutely bottled it. Let me change this.
I think it's back now, isn't it?
It's gone. It's going like up and down. I need to lock it. Right, that should be a bit better. Sorry about that. Cheers. Cheers for that, Dylan. Cheers to the guys in the chat. Very low sound. Yeah, it should be back now. Do let me know in the comments whether that has fixed it. It's a weird thing with this mic is that it just sort of like when I don't lock it, it just I don't know whether it's like it's got like a little slider on it and it will just automatically slide it to the very bottom. But yeah, I think it should be better. I can see it on my mic on the thing below that the sound is definitely coming through a bit louder now. So let me know in the comments if that's any better. But yeah, boys, where were we? We were Wolves Sheffield, and Dave was agreeing with me that Sheffield were gonna pose a last minute, not a dart for relegate, but like they'll win this game. What score would you go for?
Yeah. I think 2-0, 3-0. I'll 2-0. I think 3-0 is a bit much for a side like Sheffield, but we'll give them
2-0. We'll give them 2-0. As what you're saying, are we chatting bollocks here?
I'm gonna disagree with you guys. I think the Wolves are gonna do them here. I'm gonna go 2-0 Wolves.
2-0 Wolves. We're gonna have him. Semedo's gonna keep his clean sheet. As Semedo as a player, I really wish I could have brought in. I was looking at him, but unfortunately unable to do so. Yeah, I think if I was a Wolves owner, I'd definitely be very happy owning a Wolves player going into this game. And maybe I am just a little bit bitter that Neto's gone and got himself injured. Yeah, people agreeing with you here as we got a 2-1. Oh, no. People agreeing with us, Dave. We've got a 2-1 Sheffield. We've got Jonathan coming in with a 2-0 Wolves. 2-1 to Wolves. Paolo coming in with... I think it's fair enough. I think the general consensus will be that Wolves win this game. I think that's completely fair enough, but you never know. You never do know. Do you think targeting international fringes is worth it? Like fight back Madison, Greenwood, Jack? Like I'm assuming you mean Jack, but Grealish, Lingard. I mean, I think Lingard at the minute anyway, great option. Madison, I'd want to see him kind of play first. I want to see him get back, start a game, play a full 90 before I bring him in. Otherwise, it's really punty. Could do well, but yeah, really, really punty otherwise. And Greenwood's just too much of a rotation risk for me. So out of those, I say Lingard anyway, great pick. Grealish and Madison are just when they come back and play full 90s. I think they'll be good options. And yeah, so we've got Arsenal versus Fulham next. I'm going to go with a pretty drab game. I think Arsenal will just about scope this one over the line. I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal. Let's get a lovely Leno clean sheet to top us up from the last clean sheet you got. That would be wonderful. What do you think, Az?
I can see Arsenal conceding here this game.
Bollocks.
I think they did well last game, but it was only against Sheffield United. So I think Fulham will score.
Fulham
2-1 Arsenal.
They've been bottling it of late, to be fair, though. They have been bottling it.
They have, yeah, they have. They definitely have, to be fair.
Everyone was saying they were going to, make a big surge. Self included, the big surge for the back end of the season. But I think what they lost, it was that 3-1 loss against Villa may have been a little bit of a turning point. They went 1-0 up, conceded 3 and just completely crumbled. So maybe there's a bit of a mentality problem there at Fulham that they just don't quite believe they're going to do it. Jonathan coming in 0-0, 3-1 Arsenal. Arsenal 1, Fulham 4. A bit crazy. That's what I think. Fair enough, man. 2-1 to Arsenal. So general consensus is an Arsenal win, but Arsenal, probably to concede. Dave, what's your opinion on the matter?
I think Arsenal will slap them 3-0.
3-0.
Then yeah, paves the way for West Brom to go with them.
Yeah.
And then on we go to Newcastle United. The Great Escape.
I tell you what, as one thing I was a little bit annoyed at is I know we were both talking about the Lacazette transfer against Sheffield.
Oh yeah, we were tempted, weren't we?
It was a frustrating one because had he not played in the Europa League, I feel like would have definitely gone for that move.
Yeah, the same, especially because you bottled a chance as well. Yeah, I remember thinking on that Thursday night, no chance I'm going to go for Lacazette.
Yeah. And then because the thing is, it would have been bring him in and captain him as well. So yeah, it would have been.
I mean, the only reason that he probably played was that Aubameyang had the flu, didn't he, in the end?
That's true.
So
yeah, I was lucky in the end.
So obviously you can't predict them kind of things.
And he probably will end up receiving more rotation. Like he'd go and get benched against
that's an issue
Fulham.
as
So,
well.
but I guess if you've got the
Exactly,
26 points for him, you'd be running with that. United. So let's move on to the United Burnley game. Before I even go on to this one, I'm gonna go straight to Dave. Give me your thoughts.
I think like 2-0 Man United probably.
Standard procedure, just Bruno get on the score sheet.
Yeah, just one of those games, isn't it? I just think they'll win.
Standard little, bollocks Man United penalty.
Yeah, exactly.
Burnley get some good opportunities, but Man United scrape it together, and then they score another goal in like the 87th minute to confirm the victory. Yeah, I agree. 2-0.
Man United are really good form, aren't they?
Can't say anything right about that. And I'll come on to you in a second, but I want to bring this up as well. It's almost a point for you to answer. Is that if Man City lose 2 more games and Manchester United keep on winning, we've got a slight chance of a bit of a title race on our hands. Do you think we could get to that, or do you think that City kind of buck up? Because it doesn't look like Diaz is going to play against Villa. And without Diaz, they've been quite vulnerable at the back. So, yeah, I've given you a lot to answer there, but dive straight into it, fella.
Good question, actually. I didn't realise kind of how close it was. I guess at the moment, if United win their game in hand, there is 8 points. So, yeah, 2 games could really skew the...
2 games, then it's a 2-point gap.
Skew the contention, yeah. I mean, I'd be surprised if City lose 2 games. Kind of.
Yeah. Well, they still have got Palace to play, fella. So,
Very true. Palace love a good win against City.
Love a win against City.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think it's a tough one, especially because City are rotating so much that they're probably bound to lose more games. Look at this week, for example. They rotated so much, ended up losing 2-1 against Leeds.
Yeah, exactly. 2 against Leeds. Well, that could be a defining point of the season. You never know. Definitely a defining point in my FPL season.
Oh, and then you've got United at bottom as well.
Yeah. Go on, Dave.
Here's a question for you: what's more likely, West Brom Great Escape or Man United win the league?
Oh, I guess there's actually fewer points I think between Man United and City at the minute, but.
No, it's 8. It's 8 on both of them.
It's 8 on both.
It's the same.
Oh.
If United win their game in hand, it's West Brom Newcastle's 8 points as well.
I'd probably say West Brom.
Is it easier to pick up points at the bottom or the top? Yeah, it's easier to go on a good streak at the bottom, isn't it? Because everyone else is losing games.
I'd say that because of how good Man City, it's solely in if you look about it in the 2 different ways, the title is solely in Manchester City's hands, and the relegation is also solely on Newcastle's hands. So, basically, who do you back more, City or Newcastle? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think West Brom more likely to.
I think West Brom will make a good they'll make a good scrap of it. I think.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's one of them where I think as soon as they they win the next game. Who they play? Leicester. I can see them beating Leicester. Why the hell not? They beat Leicester, but then it gets to a point where they actually, because at the minute they're still just an outside. It's still an outside chance. As soon as they have a legitimate chance of staying up, that's when the bottle really comes in. That's when players really start bottling it. That's when because against Chelsea, against Southampton, they're just playing free football. They're playing without nerves just because it's go out and play. But as soon as it comes back to sort of being you actually now have a chance, that's when you really find the bottle of the players.
I feel like none of the teams as well that are above them are that bad anyway. Do you know what I mean? All of them are capable of winning games, like Brighton, Burnley, Newcastle. They lose a few games, but they're definitely not that bad that they're just going to go on a full-on losing streak, are they? I don't know.
Yeah, for sure, man. Az, what was your prediction for Man United Burnley?
Ooh, probably 3-1. I think
3-1 to Man United. Fair enough.
I think Burnley will score.
Is that because you want Man United to concede, or is that?
No, Burnley have been smashing it recently. I think they've scored in every game now for a couple of games. So Definitely back
Leeds.
them.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Right, Leeds, Liverpool. Complete and utter bias from me here. 0-0, thank you. That'll do my FPL absolute wonders. Trent getting the 3 bonus with Dallas. Let's have it. What do you boys think?
3-3.
3-3.
Goals.
Yeah, Trent hat-trick, Dallas hat-trick. I'll take that as well, fella.
Lots of goals.
Lots of goals. It's like a Bamford getting on the score sheet as well. Plenty of options for this game I've got. As would you say, your boys in the bright orange?
I think we'll do them. I just remember in the reverse fixture. It's a bit crazy when that was, because of the exciting start to the season. That was.
Oh, it was like 4-3, wasn't it, or something?
Oh,
game
it
week,
was
yeah,
the
we won
first
4-3.
game week. Yeah, Salahati. Yeah, big one. Did you go down at any point in this game? Were you always ahead, but they were just like scrapping?
I think we might have gone down. I think we maybe might have conceded first. Oh, it was a long time ago though.
Yeah. No, I do remember it
remember.
now. I just remember Salah's like volley. That goal was a beaut.
That's so good. Yeah, beauty.
Yeah. Leeds 2-0, fair enough. Leeds to Liverpool 3-1 to Liverpool apparently. Yeah, very, very, very solid. Chelsea versus Brighton. What do we think, boys? Did we finally get an Azpilicueta clean sheet?
I reckon so, yeah.
I think so. Alonso and Azpilicueta coming in with clean sheets this week.
The thing is, I've not actually been too... Because like Ella and Ishan both have the double off of Chelsea defence. When they've conceded, it's not been like the end of the world because I know that they're more stuffed than we are.
Exactly.
Yeah, and as it like, but saying that, it would be nice to have like brought in Azpilicueta and he actually does something. So him bagging a goal would also be pretty tidy. I'll take that. So yeah, 1-2-0 Chelsea. Let's keep Mason Mount out of the scene, please. That'd be nice. Because he's actually been doing okay of late. Brighton though, I think you're playing Dunk. So Dave, what's the opinion?
Oh, there's nothing better to play there. That's the reason why. Well, I don't know, maybe. Maybe you could sneak a goal. Chelsea have been a bit leaky, obviously. Their issues against West Brom.
Yeah, issues. 5 goals. Jeez.
I think Palace scored against them last week.
Even Palace.
And obviously, Chelsea won. But...
Christian Benteke, let me just say that one more time. Christian Benteke scored against Chelsea.
That's what I mean. If you're conceding goals to Palace, your defence ain't good, is it?
Exactly, man. Even if you're scoring 4, you're still conceded to fucking Palace. Yeah, Spurs Southampton, the second of Spurs' double game week. Do we get a very disappointing first game from Spurs, and then Kane comes and rocks the boat in the second game, or are we nice and chill for the second game? What do you think?
I think there's goals in this game. There's going to be a lot of goals. I'm going 2-2.
2-2. Spurs, to be fair, in the double playing against Everton and Southampton, 2 very leaky defences this season. So I definitely don't mind a 2-2 there. Dave, what do you think?
I think it's a 3-0 to Spurs.
3-0?
3-0, yeah.
I think
Spurs with a bit. Kane with a big one.
Similar lines. What are you saying, Dave?
I think Kane with a big one.
Kane with a big one. Yeah, I do hope so. I think along similar lines, but I'm gonna knock in a 1 there for Southampton. I think they'll make a bit of a fight for it, but yeah, I think Kane will be an absolute boss man. 4-2 to Spurs. Apparently, Kane's gonna come in with a hat trick. We've got also Redmond and Adam will score, so of course they will. And then we move on to the last 2 fixtures. We've got Aston Villa versus Manchester City. Because there are two ways of this going. If Diaz plays, Man City probably get a clean sheet. If he doesn't, you know what? I want Villa to win this game because I want there to be an outside chance of a title race. So give me a 3-2 Aston Villa because I still want Martinez to get a -point.
No way.
No way, fella.
I think this is a 4-0 City. It's the kind of game where they're just
4-0, they just boss it. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. You know, if Diaz plays, give me a 4-0, give me a goal. Tidy, happy days. What do you think?
Yeah, I think 3-0 City.
Standard procedure for them this one?
Do it. kind of do think Diaz might play. I was
You
thinking
reckon?
about it just during the stream.
What's the
They
gap
kind of do
between
need him in some way.
the semi-final against Chelsea in this game? Do you
But
know?
the fixtures are crazy. It's non-stop for City. So
Is it a Wednesday or
yeah,
is it a Thursday? I can't. I think it's a Wednesday. So
yeah, Wednesday.
their finals on Saturday, and this game is on a Wednesday. So I mean,
Yeah,
there still is time for him, you know, to play
exactly.
both.
And then he can rest the Palace. He can rest during like the Palace game, I think.
Mm.
And then was it someone else? I can't remember their
Yeah,
fixtures. Their fixtures are crazy.
let's be real. There's no reason for him to play in that Palace game.
Yeah,
No reason
exactly.
at all. I guess they don't have a game week 33 as well. Is that because does he rest that game?
Well, he is blank.
He blanks in 33.
What City?
Yeah, City blank in 33.
That's a good point, actually.
I don't know what they have. Is that I think that's the League Cup, not the FA Cup.
Yeah, it's probably I think it's the
Oh,
cup.
it's
Cup.
it's the final. It's the final of the.
Of course.
Yeah. Because they're gonna have fans for that game. So yeah, they play in that. So he'll definitely be playing in that game for sure. I mean, quadruple is on the cards for City. That's insane. Like, a part of me does want them to do it, but at the same time, hopefully everything's okay. Reconnection, it was successful. Good stuff. 5-3 to City with Diaz with all 5. I think we're coming in with a 2-0 to City. Nice and calm result. Also for the Liverpool gamer, our fellow Liverpool fan here has 3-2 to Liverpool, actually, apparently. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Like you said, the reverse game was a 4-3, so a high-scoring game this one could be. Yeah, I think the Liverpool game, probably one I'll try and catch. It's weird, but like before we get on to the last fixture, boys. Dave, you gave your City prediction, didn't you?
I think it's like 3-0, 4-0.
Yeah.
Big one.
Yeah. What do you boys think about the kind of like playing the fixtures like through the week? Because it's going to be like day by day. You know, you just have like 1, maybe 2 fixtures per day, rather than all of them at the weekend. Do you like that, or is that something that's like a no-go? For me, it's a bit not the biggest of fan, but what do you guys think?
Do you mean from an FPL stance or like?
I mean, yeah, FPL stance generally. An FPL
I think
stance.
it's quite nice.
Yeah,
quite nice to have something like
bit of football every day.
If you're a big football fan,
it's true.
Through the week.
That's fair enough. Yeah,
I'm all for it.
fair enough. As
I think if the game week goes well, it's sometimes can be quite nice because the points just roll in.
Yeah, they're just sort of slowly ticking by.
But if if all of Spurs assets blank, if Jesse Lingard does nothing, then it'll be sadness, and that sadness won't end until Friday, the 23rd of April.
Yeah, that's true. To be fair, though, I think with the thing with the Spurs assets, it's kind of like everyone's captaining Kane. Everyone's got Son. So even if they do blank, I'm not going to look and be like, oh, I'm absolutely gutted.
No, it would be nice, though, just to see some pointage.
Yeah, obviously, for the overall rank and stuff. I think the big day... I think the new Jesse Lingard now as well comes in as sort of one of those players that everyone's starting to own.
Yeah, his ownership's going to be pretty high.
Sunday's quite a big day because then that's when you I think Sunday and Monday are more kind of like bigger stages of the game week because you have Man United and Liverpool playing. So you have your Bruno v Salah, your Trents, your Jottas, all kind of playing then. So that's kind of I think the turning point for this week. And then obviously the Chelsea Brighton game, the Spurs play again, City, and then the final fixture, Leicester v West Brom. Straight to you, Dave, because I think I know what you're going to say, but let's hear it.
No, it's a hard one, really. It's not, but for me, it's a hard one because I'm obviously giving a hopeful prediction.
Yeah.
But Leicester definitely not invulnerable. We could definitely score 1 or 2 against them, but
yeah, West Ham showed it as well. West Ham put 3 past them. Why can't West Brom?
So
teams from the West.
I mean, if we give a beautiful defensive performance, maybe we could get one goal early on and just hang on to it. That's possible. I'll go with the 1-0 West Brom.
You know what? I'm gonna stand by you with that, Dave. Let's go West Brom. Let's go West Brom. Fuck you, Nacho. That's all I gotta say. What do you think, Az?
I think I'm gonna go for 2-2. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think West Brom will do quite well. Leicester bottled top 4 last season, so could bottle it again this season, hopefully. Yeah, goals galore.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah.
I'm just scared though because they put 5 past one of the little teams, didn't they? Which one was it? They put 5 past one of the
Sheffield.
Sheffield, that was it.
Sheffield,
please don't do that against us.
No, I thought that was a build up to Palace. Then I was like, oh yeah, cool, nice one. I don't even know if they did. I was just like, yeah, Infamous coming over there had a fresh trim. Yeah, man. 5-2 Leicester. Nah, man, Leicester triple needs to do bits. Fair enough.
Horrible.
Everyone coming in with the Leicester being, yeah, everyone's stacking up on Leicester at the minute. But yeah, we have been going for just over an hour, and I think my dinner is ready. My dad was actually standing at the door looking at me like wanted to talk, but see, I was streaming. It was just like, your dinner's ready. I was just like carrying on talking, like, cool, nice. But yeah, boys, thanks for joining me. I hope everyone is ready to go ahead for Game Week 32. We'll be streaming for the deadline tomorrow, like half an hour before the deadline. I think it's like a 6 o'clock stream tomorrow. That'll be good. And yeah, hit that like button on the stream if you have enjoyed this. Hit the subscribe button, and thank you for Az and Dave. Thank you for joining me, fellas.
Thanks a lot, Jobs.
See you in a bit.